What is up, guys? It's gonna be Inori's Rek'sai jungle on the PBE. Yes, we're talking about new jungle, new champions, new items. The mythic system has been gutted. No longer do we have to build only a single item. Do we have options? And I'm gonna talk about the game, the jungle position, and what items are gonna be looking really good. So far, what I've come to the conclusion is just being able to get Tiamat. Super good. Tiamat has this passive now, so it's really nice to have. On top of that, it builds really well into Titanic. You can actually rush Titanic. That's something we're going to do in this game. Because the Titanic item itself is a good first item buy. So that's something we're going to be looking into. And also, Tiamat as a first item is just really good. This is something that was important for a lot of junglers before, was being able to kind of clear the jungle quicker and have an item that can help junglers that kind of want to be able to do that. And the other one that's really good on more assassin playstyles, technically on Rek'sai you can do it, is this lethality one. This one's really cool. It's actually very good on Kha'Zix. I've been going it, but personally on Rek'sai, I think the Bruiser one is just a bit, you know, it's more it just gives you that Titanic is really good on Rek'sai. It's something a long time ago I used to build too. It's because the auto attack reset on the active is just really nice. And like build pass, what I find super good right now is to just kind of go into like more HP oriented items. And there's a lot of item changes we're going to be going over. Overall, jungle is, well, it's either weaker or stronger depending on what champion you're playing. It's harder to gank, right? Look at this mid angle. Like Rek'Sai used to just destroy that gank angle, and that's like a difficult one. Like I cannot gank this as Rek'Sai. It would be too far. But let me show you guys what's really easy to kill. This guy right here, bro, I could E from here, I could E from there. I have like a million ways to go on him. So here we're just going to go on him. And I can E over this wall. So what I've come to the conclusion is actually it's just very free to kill top laners in this game. Like Rek'Sai E over here, no matter where they're trying to hide, like the little rodents they just cannot hide from Rek'Sai. It's just super broken. Here I'm just gonna chunk him, bait out his ability, kind of kite him out here a bit, wait for my next cooldown reduction. We're gonna hunt him like a predator. Hit the plant to kind of see what's going on. Use as many wall angles as possible. And devour him like supper. You know, he's calling some backup here. We're just going to back away. No, we'll come back for that grab later. Ain't no big deal. Here we can actually just take this too. You know, he can chase me if he wants. Not a big deal. I got many areas to leave. My man is Chen. Why don't you go back to laning, bro? Like well, this is just Rek'Sai's domain, bro. You know, domain expansions for Jujutsu Kaisen, just like that, bro. It's just like that. That's how we do it. And also here we have a team map buy. Now we can actually start to show you guys some new stuff. And you know, team map buy is really good. I'm in love with Titanic. I think it's super nice. It actually feels like it's so much better to have as like an item because it speeds up your clear. 55 attack damage is really nice to have. The cleave passive is really good. Other items, Stride Breaker. I believe you can build Stride Breaker second. We're going to be doing it. You can stack these two together. Stride Breaker is not that good as a first item anymore. It is a good second item though, so that's just really nice to have. And here I'll show you guys that the active is back. So you always want to use the Tiamat active kind of in between your Q autos. Just how we use the whip active. That's just really easy to do. And you know, just keep farming. It's a bit of a farming meta. Here you can always just look and see where the crab is. Okay. Crab is here. Crab is here. We're gonna kill the crab. And then we're just gonna go clear our jungle right after. When you have Tiamat, you want to kind of set up Rek'Sai tunnels to kind of farm a bit more. It's the map just feel more spread out, but it's actually easier to kind of get around. Here you just see the Tiamat passive. It's a little bug right there. You can't actually see it going off. But there's a lot of bugs in the PBE right now. But this Tiamat just really helps you kind of speed up the clear a bit. I think it's quite essential in a lot of champs. Other items on Rek'Sai, Sterix is still like a really good third item, just a team fight. The only problem is you're not going to have any like ability haste when you go for like this build. So what I like to do, I actually went CDR boots, but I like to go CDR boots to kind of make up for the lack of ability haste we're going to be having. And I always just try to fit in like an ability haste item before we go into like the Sterix, for example. That's the only thing you have to remember for this build. The items, not as much ability haste on items like it used to be. This item right here is really good on Master E. This one is really good on Master E. It's really good on Nocturne, but it's not that good on Rek'Sai because ultimate ability haste is not that important. We just want a little bit more really basic ability haste if we can get that. Here are the void spawns. I'll just guys show you guys like what's going on with it. From what I can tell, I mean, it's not good unless you have free time. So like after I full clear, I'll do it because I have a bunch of free time. If I have TMAT too, it just speeds it all up. The idea is to just kind of AoE them down. You want to just bring them all down to stack up and just kill them all together. Take like literally no damage. It's just a time consumption, right? And they spread their babies and they're just like kill children in front of them too. You want to kind of even out your damage because they get this stupid shield, right? So just kind of keep it relatively close if you can. And you know, they give you a bit of bonus gold as the guy who kills. I don't want to fight because Nocturne technically counters me, but here. See, this is a new component we can be building to a lot of our items. So for Titanic, where is it? Here we need this item, it's 1100. Just really easy to build rubies too. It's a really good itemization path. I would prefer to go boots. I might change my runes up a bit, mix it up a bit. And I'll probably end up getting boots earlier. The new Sunder, the Grudge is not that good for Rek'sai anymore. Unfortunately, it's not the biggest item. This item is good on Rengar, for example. Spear of Sojin, not that good. It's a very specific item now. As you can see, it increases your spell damage. Something like Hecarim still would benefit a lot from this item. Here we're gonna go for a gank. This thing just gives you pretty much tower damage. Here we're gonna sneak up on them. They have no wards. We just want to Eon and then just Q and then right click. And we're gonna get this knockup back. Good on ya. If I hit a Q, it should be able to kill still. Oh, groups are here. I'm gonna dazzle myself here. So Ari is not human, so we're just gonna flash on her, one shot her. That R off. Okay. I see you, Inori. Okay, we can get the Titanic by, would be great. 1350. That's not that much, right? That's a couple of camps. You can see how the wall is kind of broken up now to pieces. It's really interesting. Really good to... Honestly, people say ganking is harder, but I actually think ganking is quite easy. Even ganking top. I think what's harder is maybe ganking top if you have... Like, ganking mid can be harder for sure. Not as many angles. You can see how spaced out it is. Mid just has a lot more freedom to kind of lane. And then mid just has like these towers. Like, it's a lot better. It's more favored towards mid lane for sure. So pretty much you just do bonus damage to towers. This is kind of like replacing what Herald would usually do. So now you just pretty much look at all the items when you're in the shop too now. There's like no like selection of like whatever specific. Just kind of pick up whatever. Here I'm just looking at like what ability haste item. The new Eclipse is relatively good on some assassins. It gives you some decent stats. I find it not to be that bad. For Bruiser items, there's not really that much ability haste. They're just generally nerfing it. Here's auto attack reset, bro. Just insane. It's insane for the Rek'sai combo. I just absolutely love it. Your boys, like, it just makes it so you can instantly get that damage off. It's just insane damage. Really good for that splitting too. Here, we're just gonna kill this fast. Getting on her, we're just gonna go for the tunnel. Oh, she's moving a bit. Eat her up right good, like candy. And you know, like Titanic also, really good bonus damage, really good for pushing. Like I said, the only issue I would say is having no like low amount of ability haste. Personally, I don't think it's like the biggest problem having like less ability haste. I think it's just like the entire game itself. They lowered a lot of ability haste. So you're just not gonna find that many. You know, Rek'sai generally doesn't need that much too. Maybe like if I fit in a bit more. So auto Q Tiamat or Titanic is beautiful. It's just so important for the combo. I don't trust this guy at all. What is he doing? Yeah, get the hell away. And I usually just rush the Titanic and then I start stacking the AP. Here I just want to kind of use the Titanic auto. You can just kind of see how much damage it does. Here I can just R him. Very high damage, very fun. I've always loved Titanics. It's just been a big thing about me. I got a really Titanic thing. I'm a base. And then Stridebreaker's still really good to have if you want to buy it. The thing is, like, this would be like my go-to. Like if I combo something like that, it's just really nice. CDR boots also just really, I just think you need CDR boots really it's kind of hard to play around it because they just literally gut it like all ability hits. Like what am I supposed to do for ability hits, huh? Oh, what is the items? They don't give me nothing, man. Where's ability hits, bro? I would probably have to go Spear, to be honest. Spear does amplify your E true damage, which is really cool. But the problem is I do want to ult the ability haste too. The Spear in general doesn't look like it's the best item stat-wise. So I don't know if that's going to help me. I think just living off of what I have like right now would be the best for Rek'sai. But like I said, you can try some more damage-oriented builds. Like there are some builds where you can go the lethality items, where I go like this Umbro one. Instead of Titanic, you always got to go the ability haste one. So instead of Titanic, we're going to go the other one. If you don't go Titanic, you got to rush this. Like you need a Tiamat on Rek'sai. Like it's just impossible. I think they win that, right? It's just like the new meta for jungle is just kind of like you need to find it. The new Hullbreaker is kind of like whatever in my opinion. The new Brutalizer is like very whatever too. It's like an okay first item, but Dirk is much better than the Brutalizer. So don't get too baited. Too baited about that. Here, like what's really good about this item, the extra damage, just the comboing in your abilities. Like let me show you guys. Yeah, naturally, if you're a Rek'sai player, you understand that like you need to build up that rage fast. And if you're not able to get it really quick, they can have respawn timers. So always trying to avoid that kind of stuff. But with the Titanic, you just guarantee that damage is really, really nice, by the way, and really nice. And yeah, it's a good build path. I think Rek'sai is very strong. I'm happy to play her. I would still wish she gets a little buff, but you know, I can't complain really with this build path. Not gonna go in there, no need. I'll wait a bit. Oh my god, Kobe. We're just gonna flank here, make sure we get them going. Okay, maybe I ulted a bit early there. Dude, I thought I would... Dude, I didn't Titanic, bro. That's the problem. I thought it was Titanic there. It's okay, though. Huge damage, by the way. Huge damage. There's a lot of comboing you can do with Titanic Hydra. I think it's super nice to have. I hated what they did with it because it was just such an important item to have in your build path. And here we'd probably go for the fighter item. So Stridebreaker would be a really good buy here. Oh, I had a tunnel there. Didn't really need to take it. Not gonna fight me, bro. I thought you had it there. 225. We actually do have enough. This ward is just... This brush is just so bad. I try to avoid ganking from like river more than... If anything, I try to use like the wall advantage. Stridebreaker is really nice to have though. You could technically just rush Stridebreaker as well into the Titanic, but I find it to be more effective. Now you have two actives though. You're gonna have to get used to this. So just I personally put Titanic 2, Stridebreaker 3. But this is just really important to have for like your movement speed and all that kind of stuff. And also the attack speed feels really good to have, so I'm pretty big on it. The only like the issue like we were talking about, no ability haste is like the only thing I'm like, okay. But like at this point, like no one can escape you. It's really impossible. Like this is like insanely good 2-item spike. Just get used to the Titanic and the Stridebreaker. Just choose a number. Like I choose number 2 for my Titanic, and I choose 3 for Stridebreaker. It's more important to make sure you get that auto attack reset going. But once you're at this point, like it's just insane, the difference. It's just so strong. And now you can just kind of chase too if I want to. Here I'm going to stack up. I'm just going to stack up there and make it happen. I'm going to wait for my cooldowns a bit. Who else in that animation, bro? He was the second from meeting his Ari sister in hell, bro. Very fun though. I'm really happy about these items. But like if we wanted something, we'd probably go for like a try to get like a cleaver in. Cleaver's still a relatively okay item. Probably better than spear. It's hard to say though. It's hard to say, bro. But the Steric's still pretty good. Just for team fighting, you know, like the ability to front line, this kind of stuff's very important. There's some new items like this item as well. It's quite cool. And this one is like it's a confusing item. It's the hybrid item I don't personally like. I mean, I'm not gonna go with, but it takes some getting used to the whole like different item components too. So just remember that. The new Herald is super fun to use, so I was have fun with it. Also try to keep your cooldowns up for your Titanic and Stride Breakers. Try to use them together if you can. Look at that comboing is just insane damage, bro. Like it's just you Rek'sai players, you do this build, the Inori build later, bro. You're gonna literally living in luxury, bro. You're gonna be winning so many games. You're gonna be sick of winning when you're playing with this style. It's gonna be such a good split. It's just gonna be impossible for you to even die in side lane with this kind of build. You're gonna live such a good life, so I highly recommend you give it a try. Here is the passive. This is us getting that Pokemon stuff. Helps with like splitting and all that kind of nonsense. Someone was here, so I'm trying to see what's going on here. Okay, Nocturne's fighting this. I'm just gonna do Dragon while he's occupied. Just remember the comboing on Rek'sai. I try to use Stradbreaker first, and then once I do the knock-up, I try to do the knock-up combo after. Personally, I don't want to go on Renata. Champions are actually very annoying to play against. Cheese it! Oh man, if I was able to kill E cooldown. This is having the ability hits would be really important. Yeah, but that's about most of the items. You could go Triforce, it does give ability. Triforce is not that good in my opinion. I think it's better on actual, you know, Triforce abusing champions. This item looks really cool though. I think it's more of a, definitely a possibility on that item. But yeah, no more Phage. Phage has been replaced. Tunneler is here. The new Phage component. And then there's actually a new Phage which just gives you movement speed, which is nice too. So I would say like my build in this game example would be like Sterix, probably Cleaver, and then my final item. They did remove Gargoyle. I used to go like Gargoyle for HP, so I don't know exactly how I feel. Remember auto Q, knock up, do the combo. I'm trying to figure out how I want to fit in. Maybe Cleaver second would potentially be better, just to get that ability haste, but it's all good right now. It's all good in the hood. You can always, these new tank items are actually quite nice too. Maybe there's a window where you can go like tank Rek'sai, but Rek'sai does require a lot of damage to deal damage. Requires damage to deal damage. Too much damage though. I'm gonna do crab while they're occupied there. We're gonna play this fight slow, wait for GP, and we should be able to clean them up here. They'll probably face check here. Titanic Hydra reset. Insane amounts of damage. He's unstoppable. Time for the new Nash, guys. This is what you guys been waiting for. If you want to see this beauty in the flesh. Personally, I think it's not that big of a deal to not have as much ability haste. That's the combine right there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So it says, I think it's the Horn Bear Nasher. This one does like some grabbing ability thing. Yo, bro, go eat your vegetables, man. Come back. Having no armor makes it a bit hard to do Baron, but try to dodge the spikes as well. Pretty standard, try to avoid that. You can always W to regen as well, never forget. Titanic is insanely strong though. I mean, the whole build with this items, you just want that HP, so. I used to go Gargoyle, but they removed Gargoyle. What a shame. This item's Jack Show Loki looks kind of clean though. It gives you buff resist. It's like at this point, I could keep going. I keep building my items, you know, but these spells deal 3% increased damage each stack. Honestly, I just want to experiment a bit. I just want to see how this item works. But you'd probably build your armor and MR item. We don't go Maw, so we need to, if we needed to build MR, we're gonna have to find a way to build MR without going like a damage MR item. Technically, the Wit's End is tenacity item, but when Baron spawns, it has all these new things going on, so it's really cool. It's really, really cool. I could probably split and end the game, but oh, it's not looking good, guys. Or is it? Or is it? And look at the Rek'sai. Dude, I'm telling you, bro, I'm loving Rek'sai on this patch. I'm loving being a front line. I'll probably play Rengar too like this. Super fun. But this is what I find to be quite good build. Wasn't there Ari here? Oh, there she is. What's the plan, Ari? Oh, right into my lap. I love it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about me. I want to see if the spear stacks off of my Q and it doesn't empower my true damage. Very important for us to understand. I'll say if we need an MR item. I think for an MR item, we might end up going into like one of these. Like this item looks okay. This is a Sunfire. Don't really necessarily need it. The new MR items, some of them are crazy. This one just gives you a flat shield. Magic shield by 20% of your HP. This would give you this. Jack Show would give you that. Very interesting. Yeah, but don't worry, man. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to play it, but yeah, it's really cool, the new items and everything like that. Very strong those builds, 10 times better than what she was. We have the red Pokemon too, so the slows just really, really effective here. Here we're just gonna chunk him, or just one-shot him. That too, you know, that too. Let's see if they're still here. I think rats don't run away that quick. What? Dude, I was clicking him. What the hell's going on? Spell hits grants. It's really got to... I want to test this one out. I don't think it stacks on... It has to be at champions. Spell hits. So this E 495. Interesting. I really want to figure this out. Probably have to test in a practice tool later. Very interesting though. But I mean, this build's solid though. Definitely got an MR item if you needed, or just keep going for like more armor. 80 items. I think there was a Twitch somewhere. He was hesitating on joining the fight though. Who does empower, does it? No, I don't think so. I can't tell. Imagine getting jungle gapped with this playstyle. Interesting. Oh, we're just gonna close out this game. In a bit. After we scrabble a bit more. Here, auto attack. Your non-ultimate guess ability is 402. I just can't tell, man. I'm gonna have to test that one later too. It might be something you have to like test on champions. Honestly, a Jack Show just looks like a solid item to just give you some like fat armor and MR. I don't know about this one. Trailblazer. So nature is pretty standard. Every seconds, this item is actually quite interesting. Every 7 seconds while in combat, champion deal 87 magic damage driven by enemy champions heal for 200. What is the skill off your HP? Interesting. A lot of cool items here. Missile mass is pretty standard. Wit's End, I mean, honestly, this item could still technically work. Problem is, it doesn't give you HP. And our build's very, like, I mean, we have Titanic. This guy ulti 3 times already? What? Doesn't even have Axiom Arc. Oh, we'll try to close this one out. Problem is, they're just not, like, well, you can't go Maul, so once you have sticks, it's a bit awkward. No, I'm on a hunt for a little rat, bro. He thinks he can escape, but he can't escape his destiny. Stride Breaker. Eat him up. I like my rats barbecued. I'm gonna try to get the Baron after we kill this Ari. We have so many, dude. It's so much money. I just want to close out. Get the schnash. Get the soul. I've experimented all my items. I don't know what to do, but they are lowering abilities. It does seem kind of interesting. I can't really. This item is hard to tell exactly what it's doing. Though increasing ability damage doesn't sound that bad for Rek'sai. I do kind of need more ability damage. So like MR items, I can't go Maul, right? It's like my MR options are just like very limited. So we'd have to end up going for one of these. This Jack Show thing, it doesn't look that half bad. This one gives 40 MR. I think there was like, this one gives 80 MR. Holy shit. This gives you a lot of HP. I'm just gonna buy it out of curiosity. I want to see how much immolate damage it does. It says it immolates like a wild one. Per second, nearby enemies increase 25. Let's see. Questions duration on this really killing enemy deals. Oh, Renata, a glass? I didn't know you were made out of glass, my man. Oh my god. Got a hider here. Oh, we're gonna close this one out. I just wish you could tell me how much damage it did. It was hard to tell, but I feel like I might have got a lot of immolate damage. But like the builds are flexible. The most important thing for you guys is the core. This item plus Stride Breaker plus Titanic Sterix is just your 3 core. Everything after that, I've just been messing around with. I don't have any real like dedication to that. I just think it's flexible. I think it's up to you how you want to build after that. But yeah, for me, I'm just gonna go side lane and start to end this game. The cleave is just huge. I think this is why we're stacking HP, just extra damage based off your HP. We have 4,000. It's a really good base HP benchmark, and it's just really good. Jack Show, remember how I say like, well, I want an MR and armor item, but with Sterix, it's hard to kind of get that. Jack Show kind of gives you that I think this item's actually quite good. It's very affordable. It's easy to fit into the build. And it just gives you 50-50, like, right? So, like, now I'm just not worrying about so much about having to build, like, my armor and MR separately as an item, because I really don't have an item slot for it. Just gonna keep killing them with my lads and just end this game out. Very broken though. Jack Show does amplify my damage as well. I do like the Jack Show. I think very nice app. It's kind of like, remember we used to build Gargoyle as well? I think it's kind of like having a better Gargoyle. It's actually like better than the old Gargoyle. I mean, I did use it for the shield, but like now it's just like I don't really need the extra shield too. I would probably go Gargoyle like 4th or something for my MRMR, and it would probably be like a last item flexible. But yeah, I hope you guys like that video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Good luck in your games. It looks pretty fun into the preseason, like, or the PBE looks really fun. I can't wait to play it, and I hope you guys enjoy it too.